I got a story I want to tell you niggas. I got a story I want to tell you niggas. The reason I'm making this story is because one thing I'm realizing is that we all go through the same thing. We all go through, and when I say we all, I'm talking about people on the frequency. If you're not on the frequency, I'm not fucking talking about you. But people who are on the frequency, you guys may say chosen one. I don't like to say that, but I just say the frequency. We all go through the same thing, but the illusion plays out differently. I was just watching this nigga's channel, and this nigga he lives in the same city as me. It's hella interesting. He lives in the same city as me. And he was talking about how he almost went down for like I guess he shot somebody or he killed somebody, and he almost went down. And I guess people he was with went down, and they didn't test him for certain things, and he didn't go down. And how like he said like when he was in jail he thought his life was over and shit. And it had me thinking about the situation I was going through when I had my health scare. Because one thing you guys don't know is when I had that health scare back in 2019, I was actually I already made amends with myself that I was gonna die. I literally thought I was like I'm gonna die. This is it. And I was feeling so sick that I had gone to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, it was April 27th. I went to the hospital. And when I went there, they said that there was nothing wrong with me. I went home, and that was the last day I ever went to the fucking hospital. Tell me why 2 years later, that same night, 'cause I went to the hospital at around noon. It was around the afternoon, no later than 3 in the afternoon on April 27th. It was around that date, I think 28th or 27th. Tell me why that morning of April 27th, 4 in the morning, there was another kid who was going through the same health issue as me that died. And his death actually made them like it reached the what's it called, the it reached a political office. Like they were doing, because it was on the news, it was a big story and everything, and the parents, they were doing a big fucking speech, and he had the same sickness that I had and he died from it. And it was a big thing in the news in my area. And when I seen that fucking story, that shit made me feel really like I think I almost started crying when I seen that shit, because that story, like, I that could have been me, because he had the same illness and they told him nothing was wrong with you, go home. And I think the parents were suing the doctor or the hospital, because they didn't do any treatment and he was sick, and they said he wasn't sick or something. But something happened where it reached the political office, and then it was like a big thing on the news in this area. And I was going through the same shit. And when I seen that fucking story, man, that shit made me realize like I had a purpose. Like, because the reason I didn't die because I started fasting. If I didn't start fasting, I probably would have been like him. He didn't know how to fast, or he didn't get the information or something. So that made me realize that I have a purpose to be here. I'm not saying the other dude didn't have a purpose, but I feel like I had a calling or something, and that's why I was saved. Because that shit could have been me. He went to the hospital at 4 in the fucking morning on April 27th. I went in the afternoon on April 27th. He went to the hospital. They denied him, said there was nothing wrong with him. The dude ended up dying. The parents got upset. They made a big thing about it. It was reaching the local news. It was on the newspaper, everything. I guess the one of the somebody, I don't listen to the political shit, but somebody in the political office, I guess, caught on to it, and it was a big like speech about it. It was on the newspaper and everything. And this shit was crazy because he was going through the same shit I went through. They had a parade and everything for the nigga in the city. And when I seen that story, man, that shit made me fucking like, I was literally almost about to fucking cry. Like literally, because that shit made me realize like that could have been me. And the only reason it wasn't me because I started fasting. That nigga didn't know how to fast, or he didn't get the information. I went and researched. If it would have been a few more days of me not doing it, I probably would have not even been here. So That right there, and that probably would have been me, like on like because it was a big thing when that nigga died. So that made me realize like I had a certain calling. So the reason I'm telling you this is because when I watched that other nigga's video, he went through the same situation. He was supposed to go down for like a gun, a murder, or some shit, or it was something he was going to go down for decades. His life would have been over, but they didn't do certain testing, and he thought he was going to go to jail for life. So the reason I'm saying is because we all going through the same thing, but the energy is different. He was in a situation where he had a tower moment and he was about to lose his life, just like me, but the illusion was different. He was dealing with a case, criminal case. I was dealing with something health wise, but our lives could have been over. But something fucking happened. And in his case, the other niggas got caught up. He didn't get caught up. My case, the other nigga died. I didn't. So that's why I just wanted to say. That's one of the reasons I want to say this. That I want to make this live stream about health because we gotta start taking care of our health. Because once you once you get to that state where you think you're gonna go, that shit ain't no fun. That's not that's not that's why I go hard about this because that shit really it fucked me up. It fucked me up when I went through that situation. So this is why I go hard at what I go hard at. So it's like and I'm not gonna say I'm perfect because certain things I should be doing better, but at the same time, it's not about being perfect. It's about trying to be perfect. If you're not trying to be perfect, then that's a problem. It's not about being because you can't be perfect, but you can try. You see what I'm saying? So it's about trying to be perfect, and you can't. And at the end of the day, there's really no such thing as an excuse. Because at the end of the day, if you like, if you want to, if you want to grab that object, you can make an excuse why you don't want to grab it. Oh, my arms hurt. I'm too tired. I don't feel like walking over there. It's too heavy, or what? But at the end of the day, you you can't say you grab that object. You can't have the experience of grabbing that object, no matter even if the excuse is valid. You still didn't grab it. So this is why you got to get rid of all excuses, because excuses what is what's gonna fuck you up. You got a lot of people in their early 20s, teenagers. They think they have all the time in the world. They'll tell you, "Oh, you have your whole life ahead of you," but you really don't because from the age of 15 to 19, that's 4 years. So if you're 15 saying I have my whole life ahead of me, I got my 20s, I got my early 30s, and I got years, I'm only 15, then by the time you get to 19, you just play video games and you fuck off and not do shit. You wasted 4 years of your life. 4 years, you could have learned jujitsu. You could have been a master at meditation, breath work. You could have probably been on your way to be breatharian. If you had a side hustle or a business, you could have stacked up a few $1,000s in 4 years. And in 19, you would have been in a better position. So 4 years from 19, when you're 23, you even up more. But some of you guys are like 25, having to start from scratch, and you may say, well, I'm young, I still got my 20s. But imagine if you would have started when you were 15. This is why they have you wasting a lot of fucking time in life. Where they put you in these useless schools that don't teach you shit. The only thing these schools teach you is how to be a corporate slave, because all of these companies, Walmart, Target, Monsanto, Google, Apple, they pay these schools and education systems to teach people a certain curriculum to have them work for them. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to teach you any real true spiritual knowledge because that's not going to benefit those corporations because they need workers. So you guys got to understand that. This is why you have to tap into your own wisdom and use your own mind and not let other people guide you, because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing in life. 99% of people don't know what the fuck you're doing. Your parents are fucking idiots. Anybody in your life that's around you, 9 times out of 10 is a fucking idiot. So you guys got to come to that realization that nobody can help you but you. And you can't waste time, because wasting time, that's going to be the thing that's going to fuck you up. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people out here, they working these jobs, wasting their life. There's nothing wrong with working if you're going to have a plan. Like when I talk shit about working, I'm just saying I'm not. If you have a plan, like you know, in about 3 years you're about to go do this, this, and that, and you need to stack up some money. I'm not saying don't work. I'm not saying that, but if you're just working to pay bills and that's it, then you're wasting your time because pretty soon, pretty soon they're gonna lay off everyone and kick everyone to the fucking curb. They just shut down the Amazon warehouse where I stay at and laid off like 400 people. They said they're gonna move them to another warehouse, but why the fuck would you shut down the warehouse just to make another one to move them to another one? They're just preparing and they're winding down operations. They're downsizing the operation, so that's why they have to lay off because the facility they're gonna move them in is probably smaller, it's probably more efficient with less energy that it's outputting, so it's costing the corporation less money to run it. So they're gonna move people there, but at the end of the day, even if they're gonna move them, they're downsizing and winding down the operations for in the future. So they're gonna be kicking everybody out. All of these warehouse jobs. If you if you go to some of these warehouses, especially the Amazon warehouse, they have robots in them that is working with the people. So that tells you they're gonna kick everybody out. If you go to like if you see these Amazon warehouse, they have a robot that's stacking boxes or doing shit. It's a robotic area. They can just build 200 of those things and replace everyone. The reason they haven't done it yet because they haven't developed the chip. They developed it, but they haven't released the chip that's intelligent enough to do all of the tasks in the warehouse. But it's possible. It just at this point they don't want to release it right now, probably because it'll cost too much money, or they're not ready for it because they have to nobody they have to have everything set up so people have something to do. Because if they just replace everybody with AI and don't have people have something to do to replace that, then people won't have shit to do. So it's like they can't just release AI because everybody will be bored with nothing to do. So they have to like have it set up because they're gonna still have you work, but it's gonna be different. So that's what I'm saying. Like you don't want to be dependent on any of these jobs. Even if you are working in any of these jobs, you want to start saving up all your money because eventually they're gonna lay you the fuck off. And even if they don't lay you off, inflation's gonna pretty much lay you off because inflation's just gonna keep going up. It's not gonna go down because remember I told you money is fake, it's man-made. So the only way inflation is going to go down is if people start participating in the system or the government decides to make it go down. So if the government doesn't make it go down, which I don't think they will, then people will have to stop participating in it for the inflation to go down, which I don't think people will. So by the time you keep working at these fucking jobs, what's going to happen is your check is going to get smaller, even though you're getting paid more money. And then now you're not even going to want to work no more because it's just too hectic. So this is why you guys got to really pretty much because life is very simple. Like for me, I wasted a lot of time thinking I needed to do certain things that I didn't need to do. But what the spirit has told me is, and when I say the spirit tell me, I'm not saying like, oh, it came up to me and told me this. Sometimes it can, but life situations is how the spirit really talks to you. Events, scenarios, things that happen, things that people say to me and do to me. Me being able to decipher that allows me to communicate with the spirit. It'll tell me shit through life. Just like if somebody comes and fucking if you like greedy and you stingy, you greedy, and you always care about money. The spirit can't tell you to stop fucking caring about money, stop being stingy, but it can put a tower moment and make your ass go broke. Make somebody siphon all your money from your bank account. Now you go and you check your account and you thought you had everything secure. You all my money's in a safe and I have a bank card, and you look on your bank account and your money's siphoned. Spirit can work just to teach you like stop worrying about this. But it has to teach you it like that because you won't get it any other way. And some people still don't get it. So at that point, it's just like they just got to live their life in hell, and then hopefully they can come back and do this and pass the test. But it's like I told you guys, man, you guys got to fucking we got to, not even you guys, because we all got to do this shit. Cause ain't nobody really doing shit that they like me. I wasted a lot of time thinking I needed to do things I didn't need to do. Like me, the moment I started focusing on my health was when things started flowing to me. I used to think I need to go out and do this to make money, do this to make money, but it's like I don't really need to do all that shit. All I need to do is take care of my health. It's easy. I remember the spirit told me. I woke up one morning. I heard this shit is easy. It was a voice in my head saying this shit is easy. I'm out here trying to do all this extra shit, and the only thing I got to do is take care of my health. Because when I take care of my health, it puts me in a certain consciousness where I have an awareness where I don't. I'm like in a what they call a flow state or a Zen state. That's what they call it. But it's just natural awareness. Then when I'm in that awareness, I don't care about nothing. All I care about is the experience and the present moment. And at that moment, everything flows synchronistically. But then when I do certain things, I get into certain desires, that flow state shuts off. And then that's when certain thoughts come in. That's when certain feelings and my nervous system starts not responding, and I'm more reactive to the environment. And then that flow state stops. And then anything I do in life, it's a reflection of inward. So no matter what I do, even if I do it good, it fucks up. But then when it fucks up, you guys call it gang stalking, but it's not gang stalking. It's more like you're not fucking relinquishing that flow to allow everything to work smooth. Like it's trying to send you a message like work on the inward and then everything is going to get better. And when you work on the inward, you don't even care about the external shit. Like when you care so much about external shit, that means you're not happy within. When you're happy within, you don't care so much about it. You care about it to the fact you need to get shit done because you're on a mission, but it doesn't go any further than that. It doesn't go beyond that. So this is why I always tell you to work on within. Do the fasting, the Qigong yoga. That's what you need to do. That's really what you need to do. And when I say, I'm talking about people who resonate with the frequency. If you don't resonate with the frequency, then do what you feel like you need to do at the end of the day. But this is for people who resonate with it. And you should know if you resonate with the frequency. You can feel the collective wanting more than just working away your time. Time is our biggest asset. To be honest, we have unlimited time. We have unlimited time, but the thing is, we have a certain amount of time in this life because we're a spirit. We never run out of time. You're always going to do what you need to do and fulfill what you need to fulfill as a spirit. You will always do that because it never ends. You've always experienced. But the thing is, you want to get it right now. The reason we don't want to waste time is so we don't experience pain and discomfort. We don't experience unnecessary pain and discomfort. That's why the spirit doesn't want you to waste time. Not because there's no time, but because it wants to limit the amount of unnecessary discomfort and hell that it has to experience. We want to get out of hell. The more you waste time, the more you have to experience hell. So it's not more so we don't have time, but it's more we're not trying to experience hell. Like a lot of you guys right now are going through hell. But if you did certain things 3 years ago, you won't be in hell right now. But the things that you didn't want to experience 3 years ago, those things were hard to do. They were really hellish. But it was a good type of hell. Like it was good type of pain. But you didn't want to experience that. You want to be comfortable. So now you have to pay the piper and now experience hell. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to experience it regardless. And the more time you waste, the more you got to spend time in hell. Which in reality, most of you guys watching this, you shouldn't even be going through what you're going through. You should have been already past the test. Like I was arguing with that fat ass, puss leg ass nigga. I call him puss leg. Because he has like fucking oozing like he has his leg is infected and is oozing like fucking pus. So I call him puss leg, pussy leg. So like that nigga was running his fucking mouth and shit. He's just a miserable fuck. He's miserable because he's fucking unhealthy. He's disgusting. He's fat. He stinks. So he wants to project his anger towards me. That was telling me that for me to even be in that reality and I'm seeing him, and I'm arguing with him. I fucked up. So I'm not even really upset at that person. It was just a message that why is that, how do I even attract this piece of shit in my life? So I'm in a way upset with myself more so than the situation, because for me to even attract such filth means there's something I didn't do right. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is with me, I'm so strong and powerful that, like, I'm not just saying me, some of you guys watching too, because I feel like people who watch my channel resonate, you guys are real powerful spirits, because not just anybody can just watch my channel and resonate. You have to be a real powerful spirit. So when you watch my channel, you're better than most of these people. You're better than everyone. I'm not gonna say most of these people. I'm not saying there ain't nobody better than you. But when you see somebody that you may think is in a better position than you, they're not better than you. They just had less obstacles in their life, and they had, because the universe only gives you what you can handle. If you're a weak spirit, it's only going to give you a little bit of shit. If you're a strong spirit, it's going to give you heavy obstacles. But the thing is, when you overcome those heavy obstacles, you're gonna supersede them. You're gonna be in a way better position than them, not just materially, but mentally and spiritually. Because you're already in a better position than them spiritually. You can expand on thought. It's like there may be somebody who knows how to build a bridge. I don't know how to build a bridge, but if I knew how to build a bridge, I'll be able to make the bridge better than him, because I'll be able to take my spiritual thought that I always had with me since birth and before, and expand on building a bridge. He can only take his bot sheep mind and expand based upon the the typical template that they make. He can't go beyond the curriculum and the template that was already made. He can't use his creativity to make to make make it even better. He can only use what was given to him and make it by the book. I can use my creativity to make the bridge better that nobody can teach you. This is why nobody can teach an artist. An artist knows how to draw. People who are the best artists, nobody taught them. It's based upon their awareness and their spirit. When an artist looks at the world, when an artist is looking at a building, he doesn't see the same building a person who can't draw sees. He sees the nooks and the crevices in a certain way that you don't see, that I may not see. You see what I'm saying? That's why when he's able to draw from scratch, free draw, he's able to draw it. And he's like, how do you draw that? Because they're aware of things and they know how to retain it in a way to put it on paper. They're seeing things and a conscious of things that you're not aware of in this body. That's what makes an artist great. You see what I'm saying? So that's something inwardly you can't teach nobody. You can't teach nobody how to be an artist, because the artist sees the world through a certain perspective that allows him to be a good artist. This is what I'm. That's an example of what I'm telling you. If something that's within you, when you see somebody else that you say is a better, because when you look at somebody and you think they're better based upon programming, you're looking at them based upon, oh, he has money or he has material, just material, which that don't mean shit. Because even with that material, they're not even able to enjoy it to the full magnitude as if you were to have the same material as them, because they don't have no inner world. They may think they're enjoying it, but they don't really have it because they don't have no inner peace like you have it. Even if you have a lot of turmoil within you, the people with the most turmoil within them are the ones who, when they transmute it, have the most happiness. So always remember that. Don't look at these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers, they're not shit. Like, I look at it, like, I don't even like to be egotistical, but I look at everyone I see that's in a certain position, or like, I'm better than them. Like, they ain't shit. I don't sit there and have to say it, and I don't care what they think, because based upon programming, they're like, oh, I'm better than this dude. But it's like, I know who I am. That's why I don't really give a fuck about shit. And in a way, it used to get me upset. It used to get me mad and angry, because I'd be like, I know I'm the shit, and I'm like, this is stupid. It's like somebody who's fucking a retard or who's just dumb trying to call you stupid because you made a mistake, but yet they don't even have the comprehension to even make a basic mistake. If you guys catch my drift, they're so dumb they can't even get themselves in a position to make a mistake because they like a nigga can't even read, so he can't even pronounce a word incorrectly because he can't even have a starting point on how to read. So it's like that type of shit. Like that's the shit that pisses me off when you see people like that. I hate that fucking shit. They try to act like, oh, you like just because everyone uses the Masonic blueprint template and all this bullshit to think that they're better than other people. But yet again, when you see the government act like they're better and they be in their narcissism, people get upset. But then they'll go and do it to their own people. Just like your family members will kick you out at 18, but then they'll complain while the government keeps raising rent. Like, how does fuck does that make sense? You kicked your own blood out. The government ain't even related to you. They're not even your blood. So they definitely shouldn't give a fuck about you, stupid ass. But you kicked your own blood out at 18 and you didn't give a fuck about him. Is that type of stupid, dumb ass shit. Like, people are hypocrites. But it is what it is, though. Damn, that was a huge ass fucking crack. But I just want to tell you guys that, man, that story in the beginning, because you guys gotta start taking your health a lot more seriously. You gotta start taking your health a lot more fucking seriously. That shit is fucking for real, for real. This is about to be a huge health epidemic coming real soon. Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, man. Because a lot of you guys think you're gonna live for a long time. I don't even think a lot of people are gonna be living to 80. Like they say, oh, the life expectancy is 80. I don't. They say the life expectancy is 80 years old. That's right now. That's in 2024. In 2040, 50, I don't think that's going to be the case because with the technology, the radiation, the food, the different the mental illness that can affect the body, because mental illness it taxes the body. So many things, man. The stuff that they're putting in the air, they're testing fucking all these chemicals on people. Even when you get soap, deodorant, and all that, it's not the same shit as because the inflation and everything getting expensive. They gotta put more toxic, cheap ingredients as filler to make up for the shit that used to be more whole. So it goes with everything: the clothing, the food, the technologies, the video games, like literally everything. And it's not done because it has to. It's done because it's a slow. It's like they're doing it on purpose because they don't want to spend as much energy on the people because they're trying to get rid of the people and shit. They're really trying to eliminate everybody, and they're not in a way like you guys think, like gonna push a button, but in a way that's slowly making society worse, economically, socially, mental illness. That's why the suicide's going up. Mental illness, suicide rates is the highest. Um, the food. So it's like everything's slowly getting worse. So you guys you always gotta keep that in mind. And when I say fast, I'm not saying fasting is gonna. All I know is fasting is gonna heal your body, but we all gonna die. Always remember that. I don't promote fasting to live forever. Why the fuck would anyone want to live forever? I promote fasting to be honest. The main reason I do fasting is because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the main reason. It ain't really because to take care of the body and to heal, and that's secondary. But the main reason is because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Not not because of all that other shit. Even though it sounds good on the surface, but even if you, this is why you see some people with cancer, they get sick and die because some people who eat healthy, they get cancer. Because I told you, you have to follow the procedure. If you go try to build a bicycle and you have all the fucking tools, you have to put the certain screws in first. You can't skip to step 7. You got to go to step 1 before you even can get to step 7 because you got to do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Same with the spiritual. You can't just, oh, I'm gonna eat healthy to not get cancer. But if you're eating healthy and there's another aspect of your life that you're not getting correct, you're gonna still develop cancer. So you may eat healthy, but you may just be a piece of shit person, or you're not, the spirit's telling you to do something. Like maybe it says you have a business and you need to get rid of that business. So you don't get rid of the business, but you trying to eat healthy and be a good person and be nice, and you're not being yourself. So even though you're a nice person, you eat healthy, and you're doing all this shit, you still didn't make a sacrifice that the spirit wanted you to make. So therefore, it can play out as you getting cancer or your business going bankrupt, even though you thought it was good, or something happening that you say is unfair. And you're like, "Oh, I'm a good person," and no, being a good person is being yourself. What you think being a good person is, that's not being a good person. Sometimes it could be if it is in alignment with yourself, but most of the time, being a good person is just the government. The government programs you to think what's being a good person. They program you so they can keep everything in accordance, so there's no chaos in the system. Everybody, they have to make everybody have this toxic positivity and all this bullshit so they can keep you in line. So there's not that much crime, and there's nobody just killing people. It's not the purge out here, and then they gotta have military on the street because everyone's going crazy. So that's why they have religion. Like today, I was at the library, right? And I seen this. There was this Mexican nigga, and you could tell he just got out the penitentiary, or he was like, it was just weird because he was like, "Oh, God bless you," and how's it going? And then the guy he was trying to sign up for a library card, and he's like, "I need your information," and he's like, "Oh, I don't have my information. I don't want to lie to you about my address because that's my old." It's like the way he was talking, it was like some toxic positivity shit. Like at the end of I wanted to tell him, but I don't fuck with people like that. But I was like, in my mind, I'm like, you don't even have to do all that stupid shit. Just be yourself and do what you got to do. Fuck these people. You don't got to explain to yourself shit. I'm not saying for him to lie, but if you're not gonna lie, you don't have to tell people, well, I'm trying to get my life, but just do you and go about it. Don't fuck these people. These people ain't shit. You ain't doing these for these people. So it's like that's that toxic positivity that the government wants you to be in. And then when you cuss or something, like me, how I talk, some people say I'm negative, but then bitch, your whole life is fucking negative because all you do is complain. You have no solutions. You blame everybody for everything. You're always depressed. Somebody who's sad and crying and always thinking negative, or they're in a bad position and they can't get out of a bad position, that you're negative. If you've been broke for 10 years of your life, and for 10 years of your life you've been complaining you're broke, you're negative. So you can't talk shit about anything, because a negative person is somebody who doesn't better their life. If your life is in a situation that's not positive, you're a negative person. If you want to be healthy, if you want to have muscle, if you want to be a millionaire and you're not a millionaire after a few years, or after 5-10 years, if you're not healthy after 5 to 10 years, you're a negative person. That's what it is. It's not, oh, somebody's cussing, and that doesn't mean shit. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's a negative person. The fuck, they have a baseball game or something? It's like it's like they have a fucking announcer or something. But we got to get rid of all this. And then also the title says food is poison. That's another thing. Food is fucking poison. That's gonna be hard for a lot of you guys to give up. And I'm not saying you guys should give that shit up, but at least eat healthier. I prefer just not to eat because, to be honest, I don't like fruits and vegetables. I hate that shit. I don't like herbs. I don't like fruits and vegetables. I don't like taking that shit's disgusting to me. This is why I prefer to fast. Even though the only time I would eat fruit or vegetables is if I'm gonna break my fast. But even then, it's hard sometimes to even eat healthy breaking. That's why it's good to just give up everything and make it simple. Like even that nigga Ella Tom, he's like, when he broke his fast after like a few years, he broke it with some. I think he ate like it was like some tea. No, not tea. It was like some type of juice or something. And he's like, somebody's like, why don't you break it with water? He's like, I don't. He's like, I don't drink water. He's like, if I'm gonna break my fast and I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna eat something I like to eat. I'm not gonna go drink no nasty water. He said he broke his fast once and he had sushi because that's what he likes. But he understands that shit ain't healthy, so he doesn't eat it. But at the same time, he's not gonna go eat some shit he don't fucking like if he's gonna eat. He's just gonna eat that every now and then, probably never again, but every now and then enjoy that, and then call it a quit. That's why, like me, I don't like fruits. I don't like kombucha and acai berry. Boy, I hate that fucking shit. Only thing I like is watermelon, bananas, and apples. And certain apples, the envy apples. I don't like that. That's why, like me, I like to just fast because it cleanses everything. Get this fucking fly out of here, stupid ass bitch. You see what I'm saying? It's simpler for me. Like it's harder for me to eat all these vegetables and shit because it's like it's not gonna say it's harder because I've never been on a fruit fast before, but I've been on a water fast. If anything, if I do eat fruit, I'll rather do it after a long fast because I can enjoy it more because I haven't eaten shit, so it's gonna taste better. Damn, this fly is bugging the fuck out of me. Damn, it's hot as fuck up in here. But you guys see what I'm saying? I just like to keep it simple and just do. I don't even like to drink water, to be honest. I don't even drink water. I drink juice, if anything. Like the good quality juice. Like I try to get the organic or the healthiest one I can get. Like even if you have like make fruit smoothies, that's actually a good thing to drink because they call it structured water. It's water, but it's from fruit, so it's more natural than the water you got out here. Because the water you out here they poison. They put fucking minerals and even that pH water is not even really healthy for you. None of the water is healthy out here. All of that water is not like. But at the same time, if you're fasting, then it's good to drink water because that can hold you over. Yeah. But that's all I really got for you guys, man. I went in yesterday. I just want to say that little quick story because I seen this one dude and he kind of made me just realize like we all going through the same shit. Yeah, that's the lie. That's the link. I don't know. I nobody wants to join. It's funny because like I always leave, but you guys can never say I don't leave my channel open. You guys can never say I don't leave my channel open. Damn, it's 7:07 already. God damn. I thought it was like 4 in the afternoon. Yeah, the time be just going by hella quick. Yeah, we coming into a different time. Something's gotta, because as time starts speeding up, I feel like things are gonna be changing in the reality, or not the reality, but they're gonna start doing different shit with the matrix and the system, like the government. Because it's just weird, man. Like I don't see how this system's gonna be able to function normally by the end of the year. Like it's crazy. Because I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know how people go to these jobs and shit now. I really don't. You don't have no life. Like I'm looking, I feel like we're at the end of time. We're at the end. And when I say the end, I'm not saying the end of the world, but we're at the end, like in terms of um a time. We've been in a certain era of time, and we're coming to an end, and pretty much the end of life. Like a lot of, if you, even if you guys expect to live to 80 years old, it's gonna come by so quick, quicker than you realize. Time is gonna be going by so fast. It's gonna be going by quicker than you realize. You guys gotta understand that. So the next 30 years is gonna come by like this. 2030 is gonna come by like this. 2030 is gonna come by like this. Hella fast. You guys gotta understand that. That's why it's good to start right now doing what you gotta do, because the more you wait, the more it's gonna be like you're not gonna want to do it no more. Because with time speeding up, this is what's gonna collapse the system. Because all of these people, even all these rich people you see, they got all these millions of dollars. They don't even have enough time to even really enjoy their wealth nowadays compared to before, because they're so busy. They're so busy making money, and then by the time they get the money and they go on vacation, like you gotta go on a pretty much a 1 month vacation to really get yourself fulfilled. If you go on a vacation for like 4 days, that ain't shit. Back in the day, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to fucking Las Vegas for the weekend." Nowadays, like, what the fuck is a weekend? You need like at least 2 weeks, and even then, that wouldn't be enough depending on what you're doing and where you're going. So, like, I feel like time speeding up is gonna collapse the system, because people aren't gonna be able to. They're not gonna be as fulfilled. This is why everyone's so mentally depressed and anxiety. Because the only way you'll be able to beat anxiety, depression, is if you develop inner true happiness, and at that point, you're in a different world. This is what they'll say, it's 5D, but it's really not. It's just you're in a different state of consciousness. So at that point, time doesn't really matter, because time speeding up is actually a good thing. If you have a problem with time speeding up and the acceleration of time, then that means you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's what that means. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will not have a fear of it, because you'll be like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So if I die, I can die complete. But if you feel like, oh, I haven't accomplished this yet, I need to make this money, if you're in that mind, that means you know you've been fucking up, because you shouldn't have that urge. You shouldn't have that desire to want to get so much shit done unless you didn't do what you got to do. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I just want to come do this little quick live stream. I'm gonna be coming live a lot more often now to start getting my message out, and I'll be dropping the link every time I go on. Like I said, if you guys wanna, whatever, even if you have an issue with what I gotta say, like trolls or whatever, I don't care. I always leave my shit open to everyone. I don't care. It's not a problem for me. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream. It was good making this live stream, so I'm out. Peace.